Well, howdy do, buckaroos. This is the 2016 version of Whiskey, Religion, and Politics. As you know how Facebook gives you those things, pops up memories, things you did last year. What I did, I did a video on Whiskey, Religion, and Politics last year, so I thought, well, what the hell, we'll do it this year. Oh, excuse me, I scratched my nose, sorry about that. I don't talk about religion, gosh darn it, or politics often. But every once in a while I feel a need to, so what the heck. As we get in deep in this political season, and it seems like we're going to be saddled with two candidates that most sane people just don't like, but extremes on both sides kind of do, I guess. So let's talk about whiskey first. Let's talk about something that's good. Whiskey. Crown Valley out of St. Genevieve, Missouri. This is actually made in St. Genevieve. I actually bought it in Branson, Missouri. But they are making some products in Branson. I did pick up some cherry maple whiskey that was distilled and bottled there. So they are distilling and bottling some products there, but it's sort of a satellite distillery. This product still is done in St. Genevieve, but this Coldwater whiskey is beyond gorgeous. I have to tell you, it is just absolutely beautiful. It's beyond words. The nose. Let's start with the nose. Start with the nose, Tom. My nose is big. How about that? The whiskey. Oh, the whiskey is gorgeous. A lot of oak, but it has these beautiful fudge-like notes and cinnamon-like notes on the nose. That's just beyond gorgeous. You're going to get some vanilla. Some may get some caramel and toffee. Who knows? It's a beautiful whiskey neat. I have a hot day, so I decided to go on the rocks today. I just sprayed earlier, and I killed flies for a while, but now they're back again. They're pissing me the hell off, I'll tell you that right now. This whiskey has a lot of dimension. I've mentioned this before, and some people don't believe it when I tell them, but it is the truth. It's in my file, man. I have Tourette's, so sometimes I say things, I do things, I have mannerisms. Not everything I intend to say. Well, I say things that I don't necessarily intend to say sometimes. I do some mannerisms that I don't necessarily intend to do. I do have Tourette's. It is an actual thing. For those of you that don't believe it is a real thing, look it the hell up. Anyways, fudge-like notes, beautiful fudge-like notes. The cinnamon really hits you at the end, and I thought originally it was kind of a rye spice note, but this doesn't have a rye bill. The cinnamon notes come from the particular Missouri white oak that it uses. It's made in Cuba, Missouri. It's a beautiful whiskey, though. So let's talk about religion to alienate some folks. I don't think I alienate anybody with whiskey talk. Yeah, you know what? I grew up Irish Catholic, so you know I have a bizarre childhood that I can't get into right now. But at some point, I was able to think for myself and not be a Catholic anymore. I do irritate some family members, some distant cousins when I say things like that, but you know, because I am able to think for myself, I am no longer a Catholic. They do too many bizarre things for me. There's too many inconsistencies with the church. There's too many I don't know, it seems very hypocritical, right? You ask people to give, but you're wearing, you know, expensive clothes. You got this car with, you know, there's just too many inconsistencies for me to back a church like that. So at some point, when I do go to church, at some point I became an Episcopal. So when I do go to church, that's where I go. But to be honest with you, I don't go to church very often because I really don't believe in such things. Damn it, excuse me, I'll scratch my nose. I start itching like a mother humper all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't believe in such things. I really don't. You know, I don't think you have to go to church every Sunday to be a Christian. I think some of the worst people I know at the moment and have ever known go to church every Sunday and tithe 10%. These are some of the most evil, hypocritical human beings you ever want to meet. They are incredibly judgmental, and they don't practice what they hear somebody else preach. the best people that I've met in my life, in all honesty, are the folks that just get by on what they have. They just treat everybody decently. So that's what I try to do. Treat everybody like a decent person. I think that's what God is looking for. I don't think he's calling attendance. You know, I don't think God I don't think God's a loan shark named Vito looking to see how much you tithe. I think he's looking to see if you treated people decently. And most of the people I know that go to church every Sunday just don't treat people decently. And that's the facts, Jack. So now that I've pissed off some people, I'm going to move on. Let's go to politics. Let's alienate some more. I don't know that Donald Trump's a racist. I know he says a lot of racist things. I don't know that Hillary Clinton is a criminal. I know she's done a lot of questionable things. I know she carries a lot of baggage. I know she wasn't my personal first choice. But, you know, I think if you're a racist, xenophobe, homophobe, Islamophobe, I think Trump is your man. I don't know that Trump is a racist. I know racists support him. I know that I know the KKK loves him. I know that if your candidate is okay by the KKK, there's certainly something wrong with him. And if you're still okay with that, if you know KKK chapters support your guy and you're still okay with it, and you're going to walk around telling me you're not a racist, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, you keep believing that, Chuckle Nut. You're a racist. You're a racist, you sumbitch. You're a racist. But you know, I've known folks. Maybe how do I say this right? I've known folks that say a lot of racist things that claim not to be racist, and their alibi is, well, I don't hate them, Tom. I'm not a homophobe because I don't hate homosexuals. I hate the act. I don't hate this particular race. I just hate what they do. Well, if you're able to generalize that way, guess what, my friend? You're a bigot. You can dress it up. You know, you can put a dress on a goat. By golly, it's still a fucking goat. You're still a racist. So there you go. So here's my advice to folks. If you're religious, don't be an ass. Don't be a racist. You know? If you find yourself hating a particular religion, you know, you're a bigot. You know, listen, I'm not saying that we have a lot of, there have been Islamic extremists that have done some bad things, but that's not the entire religion. There has been Christian extremists that have done some bad fucking things. But the people that want to send everybody that practices Islam home want to forget all the evil that Christianity has done through time. How about you people open up a history fucking book and pay attention? All religions have the potential to do evil. That's why religion itself serves no purpose but to divide people. If you want to be spiritual, be spiritual. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start picking a side, when you start saying, you know, we start talking about religious freedom, but only for your religion, guess what? You're now the problem. So there you go. Have I alienated enough people now? So to recap, if you're religious, treat everybody the same. How about that? For politics, do the right thing. If you're drinking whiskey, you can't go wrong with Crown Valley Coldwater Whiskey. I'm Thunder Beer Whisperer. I hope I pissed somebody off with this video.